Good morning, Jamie, and pretty exciting stuff on the eve of what is the grand final for a couple of your horses leading into a big weekend with the Cox Plate and the Invitation. How's everything on your end?
Yep, everything's gone according to plan at this not early stage, at this stage. Touch wood, the next 24 hours goes well, but Probabeel and On Trivia have both had good preparations, and we're getting close to grand final day tomorrow.
Awesome, and we had a great weekend last weekend. Obviously, Sauvignon Blanc took out the Levermole, a great ride from Danielle Johnson, and obviously Prix de Fer battled on well from kind of a tough run out wide into third place. Can you talk us through that result?
Yeah, great result, particularly for Sauvignon Blanc and Bill and Jim Gartshaw and their team there with that mare. They bred her and race her, and she's sort of been knocking on the door as a nice staying mare in some of these better races, and to get that Group 1 was hugely satisfying, because that was sort of our plan, to aim her towards that race and then breed her. So she's gone off to be bred by Super Seth this week, and then she'll return to the stable and hopefully target some nice races at Christmas time. So yeah, big thrill being able to win that. We've obviously don't have a Melody Bell or an Avantage to fly the flag this year for us in New Zealand, unfortunately, but great that some of these other horses are stepping up, and really proud of the team here at home. Been doing a massive job. We've been flat out and been putting in some long hours. So to get those Group 1s and have Prix de Fer run so well as well was a great day for everyone concerned.
Absolutely, and let's hope that form continues on to the weekend. And also Summer Monsoon down in Ashburton, I thought he was very impressive coming out wide and over the top.
Yeah, he's getting better as he gets older. Actually, he's 7-year-old now, so getting a bit old in the tooth, but his form's rock solid, and he'll run next in the Stewards Handicap there at Riccarton, and as long as the pace is on, he can come from off them and run some really good sectionals. So good effort by the team down there, Sam and Lydia and everybody concerned, and got a nice team at Riccarton tomorrow as well.
Great, and there were a few trialists yesterday, and I saw a familiar name back in the riding ranks going around at the trials there as well. Good to have Opie back.
Oh, for sure. Yep, great to have Opie back out there, looking good, keen and fit. So the gym work that him and Dave have been doing has obviously been working. And yeah, we trialled some nice 2-year-olds. There's a homebred filly there that goes well, a Fastnet Rock Colt, and a nice Tavistock and Talperian were our 2-year-old trialers, and some other 3-year-olds that trialled up quite nicely as well. So we're getting there. Nice to be trialling on the grass on some good ground, and really looking forward to the weekend. Actually, it's going to be great to be racing here at Matamata on a good track tomorrow with some nice chances.
Absolutely, and the 2,000 and 1,000 guineas pictures after this weekend will start to take a bit of a clearer shape. Where are you at with some of those horses at the moment?
So I think we've got a nice hand to play in the 2,000 guineas with I Wish I Win and Novia, and we've got Palamos in the Sarton on Monday. Just been behind the 8 ball with him. He's really been struggling with his fitness a bit, but third up, it's going to be interesting to see how he runs there on the weekend. And of the fillies, we've got a few down south there, horses like Synchronise that'll be running at Ashburton on Saturday week. On Sunday week on the 31st. And then we've got a couple of maideners tomorrow, Irish Red and Shepherd's Delight, that are still a chance of getting there if all goes well. And also here at Matamata, we've got Imperatriz, we've got Millefiore, we've got the Perfect Pink, who will probably stay north, or will stay north. And we've got another filly there called Ballon Rouge, who we quite like. So interesting weekend ahead for everyone, as you say, and the picture will become a lot clearer after this weekend's racing.
Absolutely. So that's a soliloquy that's normally the Alizé racing at Matamata this week, which we'll cover off shortly. And just quickly, I know we've kind of touched on the big races this weekend, but there's been a lot said about the weather in Melbourne and the Cox Plate. How's it looking over there? What's the track doing? And will we see probably a lineup tomorrow?
Yeah, well, the track is good at the moment. They haven't had any rain. They've put on a little bit of irrigation. I think they're planning to be running on a good 4, maybe upgraded to a good 3 tonight. They are talking 5 to 10 mils today in Melbourne, and then hopefully that is all. But yeah, at this stage she'll definitely be running. It doesn't look like there's enough rain there to push it out to the slow or heavy range, and yeah, hopefully the weather plays its part, and we're racing on a good track there. There at the Valley tomorrow.
That's great. And that's 3 years, 3 runners in the race, which is pretty impressive for a battling New Zealand trainer from down south. So well done for getting horses into that prestigious race as well, Jamie. So anyway, we're gonna roll through a number of fields today. So we'll start off with Riccarton, roll over to the home track Matamata, fly over to the Valley and Royal Randwick before finishing off at Trentham on Sunday. And of course, it's Labour weekend, so it's Sartan Day at Tarapa on Monday. So we've got a couple of runners lining up in a few races there. So we'll kick off at Riccarton. Race 1, the Pride's Easy Fed Maiden 1400. We've got Irish Red with Kozi Asano.
Yep, consistent if nothing else. 4 starts, 4 thirds, and hopefully due to break her maiden. She's been running really well. First time up to 1400 sidewinkers go on. We'll look to be positive, try and put her up in the race, and got to be a really good chance.
And race 2, the Cup Week Hospitality Options Maiden 1400. We've got a horse that we spruiked as the best bet a few weeks ago, Shepherd's Delight.
Yeah, happy with her. Things haven't really gone her way. She ran very well at Timaru last time, just been narrowly beaten. She's got the awkward draw there, but up to 1400 I think suits. We'll try and be positive on her, put her up in the race, and Kozi Asano to ride both of those maideners, should only enhance their chances.
Absolutely. And race 5, the Canterbury Landscape Supplies rating 74 benchmark 1200. We've got Chala.
Yeah, Chala was a hard watch for his ownership group and any punters that were on him last time, being caught up in behind the speed with nowhere to go. The 9 that he's got beside his name is not a true representation of the way that he went, and we will be going forward and leading, if not sitting outside the leader there tomorrow, and expect him to run really well. I think he will turn his form back around and is a definite top 3 chance.
Great. And race 7, the Better Bet Protect, rating 74, benchmark 1800. We've got Zoluminous.
Yeah, Zoluminous was just a bit plain first up, but a lot better last time up to a mile, and will continue to improve getting up to 1800. She's a staying sort of mare, even though she is by Zeus Star out of a Fastnet Rock mare. She seems to appreciate sort of getting out over a bit of a trip. So she's got the soft draw, the lightweight, got to be a good chance.
And race 8, what looks to be the last lead up into the 2,000 guineas over the similar conditions at Riccarton, over 1,600 metres. We've got Novair.
Yeah, so really happy with the way that he went at Riccarton last time. Sort of got a long way out of his ground over the 1400. I think the step up to a mile should suit him. He's not very well behaved in the barriers, and because of that, he sort of ends up back in the running a little bit. But we wanted to keep him up there at Riccarton and give him another run. I think the mile will suit. His work's been good, and we think he's a high quality colt. So certainly one to watch this weekend. Field of Gold will be hard to roll, but we'll be doing our best.
Great. And race 9, the Copeland's Bakery Mile Trial, open handicap over 1400. We've got 2 horses, Marcus Aurelius with Jason Laking aboard, and Secret of More with Rohan Madhu aboard.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius is going well. He's got that soft draw again. He's got to carry a bit of weight, but I think third up, he's getting somewhere near full fitness. Really good each way chance as he heads towards the Copeland's Mile. And then we've got Secret of More, the up and comer. She's got a really good win record this mare. She was good at Timaru last time. I like the fact she's got the soft draw and a nice lightweight, and I think she's a definite each way chance. So a couple of really nice chances in that race. It is a good even field.
Great. And down to race 10, a race that you've had a bit of success with in the past with horses like Wolf Whistle and Swing Note, the Sotheby Spring Classic open handicap, 2,000 metres. We've got leaderboard for Fortuna.
The mighty Swing Note, and part owned by Hamish Hayes, the good mare. So leaderboard, disappointing run last time, but we'd had a bit of trouble with him. Hasn't got a rider down there at the moment. If As a Thought doesn't get a start, we'll grab Kozi, but he needs to improve. I think he can, but I'd watch out for him when he runs at Ashburton in a fortnight and then on to the Cup. That he might just find this a little bit sharp over the 2,000, but hopefully he will run a lot better than he did last time.
Great. And moving back up the country to Matamata, we're going to kick off in race 1, the Waikato Printing Company 1600. It's a maiden rating 74 benchmark. We've got Sea Jets with Danny O. Johnson aboard.
Yeah, Sea Jets was playing first up at Taupo, but turned his form around at Tarapa, where he likes to race. Last time, he'll go forward, put himself up in the race, and not the most genuine of horses, but hopefully we've got him back in form, and hopefully he can carry it.
Cool. And moving down to race 2, there's 4 horses nominated. I'm not sure if they're all taking part. Image of You, Millie Fiore, Ballon Rouge, and The Perfect Pink. So it's race 2, the Ancroft Developments 1400, rating 65 benchmark. Can you tell us which horses are lining up here?
So Image of You will definitely run, drawn out a bit, but she gets back in her races anyway. She was good at Taupo last time. Got to take that step up to 65 grade, which is never easy. Only a very small percentage of horses can go bang, bang through maiden into a 65. So she'll run well, but probably each way. Miller Fiore will run in the soliloquy, as will The Perfect Pink, and we're just not 100% sure what we're going to do with Ballon Rouge yet. Really difficult time for us at the moment. There's a lot of jockeys suspended, and because of these COVID restrictions, there's quite a few people sort of stuck inside level 3 boundaries that aren't able to ride at the meetings. So we'll just have to sit tight there and see what the morning brings.
Great. And moving down to race 3, the Matamata Veterinary Services 2-year-old. Is this the first 2-year-old to step out for the team this year?
It is. We've been a little bit slow. I'm not sure why. I can't put my finger on anything. We haven't changed anything. But we need to get out and get going. This horse is pretty natural. I think there's probably a couple of horses in this race that are a little bit better than him. But if nothing else, he is honest and will try hard. So rough each way chance at a decent price.
That horse's name is Fellini and has Joe Cameron on board. So moving down to race 4, the Colchester Engineering Limited 1200. It's a maiden race with 2 horses engaged. The first of which is Luxuriant, and the second for Fortuna is Polaris.
Yeah, Luxuriant's a homebred mare now that's needed a bit of time. I feel like I've been telling the owners for the last 5 years that she's eventually going to get to the races, and we're finally here. I know her trial form is a little bit hit and miss, but she'll run well from the inside gate with the 4 kilo claim, blinkers on. I think she's a rough place chance at a genuine price. And Polaris, he was good at Taupo, 3-year-old taking on the older horses here, but on his home track and from the good draw, it's got to be a really nice chance.
Great. And moving down to race 5, the Cogmag Limited 1200, running 74 benchmark. We've got the Trelawney mare, Vamos Bibi.
Yeah, happy with her. It's a little bit disappointed with her first up, but just got back and never was able to get into the race. She's a mare that is better right-handed, but with a lack of sort of suitable right-handed options with Auckland being in lockdown. We were sort of targeting this meeting, which was originally supposed to be at Ellerslie, but we've just got to sort of get a few runs into her and find out where we're at. So I like the fact she's drawn a nice soft gate. Hopefully she can race up on the speed, and if she does want to hang in, hopefully we've got the rail there to keep her straight, but can't falter. Got to be one of our better chances for the weekend.
Right, and moving down to race 6, the Matamata Veterinary Services Soliloquy Stakes, 3-year-old filly set weight over 1400. A few horses here that could put their hands up to head down south in the next couple of weeks. The first of which is Imperatriz, followed by Millie Fiore and the Perfect Pink.
So Imperatriz, form's good. Ran well at Hastings. I think I rushed her too much to get there. Should have taken our time a little bit more. But hindsight is a wonderful thing. Drawn out a little bit. First time at 1400. She's been away to Taupo for a gallop, so I'm happy with her fitness and where she's at. Just not sure how we'll ride her from out there. I think to ride her a touch conservative and ride her for a little bit of cover is the right thing to do as we look to see if she can stretch to a mile at her next start, obviously in the 1,000 guineas. So really happy with her, but she is going to need luck from that sticky barrier. But you know, the 3 favourites there have all drawn 13, 14, 15. So it'll be interesting to see how the pace of the race works out. Miller Fiore, I'm happy with her. Up to 1400 should suit. I know her form is only okay, but I expect her to be the big improver. She's been looking for 1400 for a little while, so she's got a nice low gate. She'll be thereabouts. Ballon Rouge is drawn well. No rider down at this stage. Sit and wait and see what happens in the morning. And the Perfect Pink was impressive on the synthetic last time. She's a filly that we really like. She's got a nice pedigree, and we think she deserves her opportunity here at Sim Black Type. So drawn a little bit sticky at 7. I think we'll just look to ride her a little bit conservative with some cover midfield, but look for her to be really finding the line. She's got a good future in front of her, but it might not be until after Christmas.
Right, so Ballon Rouge could line up in either this race or the earlier race on the card, depending on the jockey, finding a jockey.
Yeah, depending on the jockey situation, I would like to give her a chance in that stakes race from that good draw and see where we are, see if we are good enough to be in there or whether we need to rethink. But it's just hard at this stage with the lockdowns and lack of riders. We'll just have to sit tight until the morning, and then we can make some plans from there once we see other scratchings and how it might fall into place.
Great. And our final runner at Matamata in race 7, the Fairview Motors Matamata 1400 open handicap. We've got Mai Tai with Danielle Johnson aboard.
Yeah, she was good first up at Hastings, drew out, ended up in a tricky spot. A sort of horse in front of her kept rolling out, and she sort of took it out another 4 or 5 horsewoods, which meant we were never really able to get a good crack at them. But I'm happy with her. She's got the nice draw, home track. I think she's going really well. Got to be a good winning chance.
Great. And right across to the valley for the best 2 or 3 minutes in sport. Race 9, the Ladbrokes Cox Plate, weight for age group 1 over 2,000 metres. We've got Probabile and Brett Preble retains a ride.
Yeah, happy with her. She's had a good week. Elected not to go to Moonee Valley on Tuesday morning. I didn't think that she needed it. She's 5th up, which I like, fully fit. Had that good tough run at 2,000 metres there a fortnight ago to keep her right up to the mark for this. And she heads into the race in as good a shape as we can have her. I've been saying all week that she's going to have to run a career best performance to be competitive in this race. We think that she can do that. She's going to need a little bit of luck from the barrier, but I think it gives us options. We're not going to be trapped down on the fence, and it's going to be a fascinating race to see how it all works out. So, really looking forward to it. In my mind, probably more of a place chance than a winning chance, but she's going to give her everything, and she's all guts and determination. So, looking forward to seeing how she'll go.
Well, she's definitely even up the field with what she did in the Underwood last start. So here's hoping, and we'll all be cheering home the Kiwi champ. What time is the race? About 6 o'clock tomorrow.
About 7 o'clock, I think.
7 o'clock, good as gold. And then across to Royal Randwick, the action won't stop as we go to race 9, the Invitation. It's a set weight and penalties race for 3-year-olds and upwards for fillies and mares. Over 1,400, we've got the favourite in the race. James McDonald has obviously jumped off with Tommy Berry probably taking him to the border to get him over to Melbourne to get the ride. We've got Entrevier.
Yeah, Entrevier, happy with her. She's had a good preparation for this race. She's been targeting this race for some time, since really the beginning of her preparation. So everything has gone according to plan there with her. She's a month between runs with that little trial, which we're really happy with. There's a little bit of rain about in Sydney, which she doesn't mind. Obviously, she's drawn out a bit, which is a little bit frustrating. Would have been nice to have a nice slow draw and not have to spend any petrol, but we're going to need a little bit of luck at some stage in the race, but we couldn't have her any better, and really looking forward to seeing how she'll go.
I'm sure you'll be watching the first few races there and hoping there's no leader's bias, and so hoping all horses get their fair chance there. Yeah,
I certainly think that Randwick will suit her better than Rosehill. James is pretty adamant that even, in the Golden Pendant, if she had been at Randwick, even as far back as she was, she still would have been more of a chance to win than she was at Rosehill, where that on bias, speed bias was. So yeah, hopefully the track plays nice and fair and everybody gets their chance.
Absolutely. And then that'll be our runners for Saturday. We'll move across to Sunday at Trentham. We've got one runner lining up in race 4, the IRT Sprint. Open handicap over 1,200. Romantic Lady with Danielle Johnson carrying 54 kilos.
Yeah, looks an unlikely starter. Track hasn't got back at all, really. Heavy 11 earlier in the week and only got back to a 10 this morning. So long way to go to do that. I think we'll probably wait. The race that we're trying to target is the Open Sprint at Tarapa on the 6th, which is a listed race. I thought this was a nice lead-in for her, but I think we'll probably run her at Tauranga next Saturday, the 30th, in the Open 1200 there, and then look to back her up into that stakes race.
Great. And just moving down to Tarapa to Sarton Day on Monday, on Labour Day. Race 2, the New Zealand Bloodstock Ready to Run Sale Trainer Series 1400 maiden. We've got Zai Taku with Daniel Johnson aboard.
Yeah, he's put in a couple of good performances, this colt. Fitting that it's named after the Ready to Run sale, because that's where we bought him last year, and we'll be actively trying to buy some more again this year for anybody that's interested. He's a really nice colt. He just got caught back and wide at Tarapa last time. He's beaten by a nice horse in Dark Destroyer, who was able to cut the corner and get the soft run through. So the top 2 out of that race, Dark Destroyer and Do by Diva, go to stakes races this weekend. We're running in a maiden from a good draw with the blinkers on, and certainly think he's got to be a nice chance.
Great. And moving down to race 2, the Drossen at Waikato Stud 1200. Drossen's half to incentivise, isn't he?
He is, yep. So big pedigree updates for him.
Sure. The rating 65 benchmark, distance 1200. We've got Exotonic with Niranjan Palmer on board.
Yeah, so he's first up. He's had a couple of trials, drawn slightly awkwardly, but he does get back. So we'll just ride him a bit conservative from out there. He'll be finding the line. He's a cheeky chance to run a place, but look for him when he gets to 14 and a mile.
Great. And down to race 6, the James and Annie Sudden Memorial Stakes, 3-year-old set weight over 1400. We've got Palamos with Danielle Johnson aboard. Yeah,
so Palamos just hasn't had the best of preparations, which is a little bit frustrating because we really like him. He's a nice colt. He was too fat first up, peaked on his run, and then last Saturday at Hastings, the race was really not run to suit him. They slowed up in the middle stages at a dangerous pace, and he got flushed out 3 wide, and he just peaked on his run again. So happy with him. Haven't done a lot with him this week. He's going to do a little bit of 3/4 up straight a bit tomorrow morning, but we're just trying to find out whether he's a 2,000 guineas colt or whether we maybe need to freshen him and keep him to the shorter trip. So I think he's going to run really well. 3rd up in terms of his fitness, I think suits him, but it is a high quality field. So take him on trust a bit, but I think he's got to be a genuine each way chance.
Great. And a number of runners there. Who's our best bet for the weekend?
I'm going to go Vamos Bibi here, Matamata on Saturday. Really looking forward to the racing here tomorrow on our home track, and first time that we've sort of been able to be on a nice surface. So hopefully the team will continue to flourish. But we've got nice chances everywhere. Really exciting day for the stable and everybody concerned, and certainly looking forward to what tomorrow may bring.
Great, and I guess the action continues over the next few weeks. Next week we have got races at where are we? Awapuni and Tauranga, and of course we've got a number of horses and potentially lining up in the Empire Rose Stakes with Karma Lass and Amaralina, and also Sort of State in the Group 1 Coolmore Stud Stakes as well. Yeah,
Sort of State's having a jump out at Flemington this morning. As we go recording this, he hasn't quite run yet, so we'll keep an eye on that this morning. Amaralina's arrived down in Melbourne in good shape. Karma Lass had a little quiet tick-over trial at Maui on Wednesday. So they'll both go to the Empire Rose. James McDonald's going to stick with Amaralina, which I think is a good vote of confidence for her. But yeah, it's a busy time of the year. We've got Cup Week just around the corner at Riccarton. The team's coming up nicely down there. We've got some nice horses to race at Te Aroha on Thursday, and some other nice chances at Taranaki on Friday. So certainly a busy time, but this is what all the hard work and preparation has been through the winter for. We're getting up and getting some racing into these horses now, and hopefully it's not too long before everything starts to click into place.
Absolutely. Well, good luck this weekend, Jamie, and we'll be cheering you home from wherever we are in the country.
Thank you.